What's up, everybody? Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of What's Up with Sea of Tranquility. That's right, it's Wednesday. Lots of reviews for you here today on November 1st. Today we're going to take a look at the new album, 10th studio album. God, hard to believe they have 10 albums already. From this Brazilian power metal / progressive metal band. They've been around now for like about 30 years. The band is Angra Cycles of Pain is their brand new release. That's it right here. I don't actually have the physical copy here. I'm working off of a digital release that the label sent me. Very cool album cover. I can't really get the full gist of it, but the thumbnail to the video has a really cool image of it, but it's kind of a little bit too much glare on there on the phone. But anyway, this is the brand new album from this band. Like I said, they've been around for now a long, long time. Current lineup of the band: Rafael Bittencourt on guitars, also second guitarist Marcello Barbosa, bassist Felipe Andrioli, drummer Bruno Valverde, and also on vocals, I think this is third album, the great Fabio Leone on vocals here. So 32 years as a band. Another album. Yeah, they got a lot of strong albums. They got so many albums. This is one of those bands that I followed pretty closely when they first came out back in the 90s. But, just things get in the way. You start listening to lots of other bands, and before you know it, they released all these albums that I hadn't heard at all. So, it wasn't... I've heard, one or two of their more recent albums, but I'll have to say, with Angra, for, a good chunk of 20 years, it's I just kind of wasn't listening for whatever reason, right? Like the early albums. The newer stuff that I've heard, I've liked. But kind of cool to hear them once again after all these years. So this brand new album has a lot of tracks. It's a pretty long album, but there's some really good material on here. So you get some of the stuff that I like. Angra, if you've never listened to them before, and Fabio sounds great on this album. He's got the high-pitched vocals, right? He's total, stereotypical power metal vocalist. Really good range, right? He really fits with this band very, very well. Of course, for those of you who may know, Andre Matos, their original singer, passed away a couple of years ago of a heart attack at a very young age, right? So he's always a hard guy to replace, but I think that Fabio is now the voice of Angra. He's done a really good job here. So some of the great songs to look out for, I really like the speedy Ride Into the Storm. That gives you a lot of the feels that Angra always really, really good at. You got the wailing vocals, you got the kind of lightning fast guitar duo artistry, right? Some of their stuff reminds me of early Halloween, right? But a little bit Remember when we really liked early Dragon Force, right? The first couple albums before they got kind of silly, that kind of wild guitar style and really fast drums and stuff like that, double bass drums. That's kind of what you get on Ride the Storm. Then you got Dead Man on Display is a good track. Then you have the two-part Tide of Changes, part 1 and part 2. It's roughly 7 minutes long or so. That's really good stuff. My favorite song on the album, though, I always like when Angra really kind of embraced their Brazilian roots and used a lot of their kind of ethnic rhythms and elements in their music. Vida Seca is a terrific song, and it's got this kind of Brazilian flair going on. It's not overly heavy or speedy. It's just really cool and catchy. Love that song. Gods of the World is another really, really good one. And then later on in the album, you got some real bangers. You got Here and the Now and Generation Warriors, which is also really, really good. And then the closer, Tears of Blood, is excellent. There's a lot of really good guitar work on the album. Some of it's kind of progressive, but for the most part, this is just really good melodic power metal, right? Done with a Brazilian flair. I think you guys will dig this. If you're a follower of any of their albums in the past, I think you will really like this one. There's a lot of good tracks here. So again, I would go check out Ride Into the Storm, Vida Seca, which is just absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. And Generation Warriors is another really good one to check out too. So you really can't go wrong here. I'm going to give this an easy 4 out of 5 star. Really good power metal release here in 2023. A nice return from Angra. Always good to see them back. And one of these days, because I've been talking to George Lemay about it, one of these days we will get to do an Angra album ranking here on the channel. I would have to go get familiar with a lot of those albums in the middle that I have missed over the years, but that's not a terrible thing to do, right? Always good to listen to new stuff. So that'll be somewhere down the future you can look forward to in 2024 for all you Angra fans here. So thanks for watching. Go check out the album and visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, all together, all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell so you get alerted of all of our content as it posts. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also down below we get the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, our merch page, and our Cameo page. Thanks in advance for all your support there. And oh yeah, this is on Atomic Fire Records, by the way, which is that new label put together a year or two ago by the former co-owner of Nuclear Blast Records. He kind of took all of his signings, all his bands with him on the new label. Nuclear Blast kind of split, so a lot of those long-standing legendary bands have moved over to Atomic Fire Records, and Angra's one of them. So yeah, check it out. Angra, Atomic Fire, Cycles of Pain is the album. If you've heard it, let us know what you think. Otherwise, go check it out and let us know. Take care, everybody. I'm Pete Pardo. Have a good one. Bye-bye.